I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. Isaiah chapter 13, and I will mention here that I made an error in my last video. I said that 12 was a continuation of the prophecy begun in chapter 8, but then I said that the prophecy would continue through chapter 14, and I was wrong. Chapter 12 was the ending of that prophecy. Chapter 13 starts a new prophecy, which is contained in chapters 13 and 14. I also want to mention that this video does have a Joseph Smith translation in it. What the Joseph Smith translation is, this is an inspired translation or correction of the Bible done by Joseph Smith to restore those passages that had been lost over the years. So, we'll read that now. Destruction of Babylon is a type of destruction at second coming. It shall be a day of wrath and vengeance. Babylon, or the world, shall fall forever. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So first of all, when it says the burden of Babylon, this phrase, the burden of, this is used to denote a prophecy of destruction against a people. So the burden of Babylon means this is Isaiah's prophesying their destruction. In other places we get like the burden of Moab, the burden of Ammon. All of these are, this is prophesying the destruction, the doom of Babylon. This is the judgment that has been passed upon them. Also, verse 3 says, I have commanded my sanctified ones. This is talking about the saints. In the footnote here it says, sanctified ones and saints are synonymously translated from either of two Hebrew words in the Old Testament. Meaning there are two different words that basically mean the same thing and can be translated either as sanctified ones or as saints, because the term saints means sanctified. Anyways, let us continue. Verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another, and their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as the sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. So this is the destruction to come on Babylon, and it's going to be brought by the Medes. And the Medes were Cyrus the Great. He's the Persian emperor, but he is also a Mede. I believe his wife was the daughter of the king of the Medes. And when he became king, he first became king of Persia, but then he inherited the throne of the Medes as well through his mother and united the two into the Median Persian Empire. The chased roe, that's a deer that is being hunted. Sheep that no man taketh up. So it's a sheep that is wandering the wilderness, that is not being sheared, not being taken, not being gathered by the people. So that's what their people are going to be scattered. They're going to flee. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee. So the foreigners, people who are not native Babylonians, will flee to their own lands. Like the Jews will return to Jerusalem, which happened after the destruction of Babylon. Cyrus allows them to return. But the Babylonians, they will be destroyed. And, they were, to a large extent. Anyways, let's finish the chapter, verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So satyrs here says alternate Hebrew translations for he-goat or demons. The houses could also be palaces, and alternate translation for dragons, possible translations, are jackals or wild dogs. So this is a complete destruction. There's nobody living in Babylon anymore. And even today, people think they've found the ruins of the city of Babylon, and they may have. I'm not saying they haven't, but it's just ruins. There's nobody living there anymore. So it's been completely destroyed. And it does indicate that this destruction is symbolic of the second coming and the destruction of the wicked then. But like many prophecies, it has the dualistic meaning. Babylon will be destroyed, symbolizing the destruction of the wicked in the last days. Anyways, there are a number of Joseph Smith translations here, so let us take a look at them real quick. In verse 2, King James has, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them." Joseph Smith translation, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountains, exalt my voice unto them." Makes it a little clearer there, a little more forceful, but okay. Verse 3, "I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness." I like this change. "I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones, for mine anger is not upon them that rejoice in my highness." That makes so much more sense. The King James is a bit confusing, but Joseph Smith makes this make just perfect sense. Verse 4, "The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people." Joseph Smith changes this to "the noise of the multitude in the mountains," meaning that the multitude is already there. It is identified people. And, Judah did live in the mountains. So. And, Jerusalem is in the mountains, and Judah has significant portion of Judah is in the mountains, so maybe. Anyways, verse 5. "They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord." Joseph Smith changed this, "They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, yea, the Lord." Not a significant change in meaning. Verse 7, "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." Just remove the "and." "Shall all hands be faint, every man's heart shall melt." Verse 15, "Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword." So this would indicate that everybody's going to, and if they're found, they're killed. And anybody who allies themselves with Babylon is also going to be killed. But we have this change. "Every one that is found proud shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined to the wicked shall fall by the sword." So it's not just everybody, but it's those who are engaging in this wickedness. Verse 22 in the King James, we have, "And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged." That's the end of the chapter. Joseph Smith adds this, "For I will destroy her speedily, yea, for I will be merciful unto my people, but the wicked shall perish." So the destruction of Babylon, both in ancient days and in the last days, is a mercy to Israel. Babylon was very oppressive. The destruction of Babylon allowed the Jews to return to their homeland. So the destruction of Babylon is a mercy to the faithful. And I will leave that here, and I will see you in chapter 14.